Yo, yo, yo. Okay, we're going to do another one of these guided practice black op missions. And this one is about comparing fractions. That's what 4.3D's TEAK is. It's about comparing fractions with different denominators. Okay? So let's look at this first problem. It says the table below shows the distance in miles 4 students bike to get to school. So we've got Lynn, Jen, Pam, and Sam. Isn't that fun how much they rhyme? Okay, so it says which statement is true? The distance Lynn biked is greater than the distance that Pam biked. So I'm going to actually underline and underline because 2/4 is greater than 3/5. So first of all, is Lynn 2/4 and is Pam 3/5? Yes. Okay, so now let's do butterfly method and check those. Okay. Remember butterfly method? We circle crosswise, got our little tail and our antennas. What is 4 times 3? 12. 5 times 2 is 10. 4 times 5 is 20. It's really small, sorry. So this would be 12/20ths and 10/20ths. Well, is 10 greater than 12? No. So that's not true. Let's look at G. The distance Sam biked is less than the distance that Lynn biked because 3/8 is less than 2/4. Let's look at Sam. Sam was 3/8 and Lynn was 2/4. So let's do it up here. 3/8 and 2/4. Antenna, and butt. Okay, 3 times 4 is 12. 8 times 2 is 16. 8 times 4 is 32. Do you see how I'm getting this down here? Multiply up to get that antenna. Multiply up to get that antenna. Multiply the denominators to get the booty. Okay? So over here we've got 2/4 is equal to 16 over 32. And 3/8 is equal to 12 over 32. Okay, so which one's bigger? 16. So it would be like this. 12 is less than 16. Well, isn't that what we have right here? It is. Yep, so G is the answer on that one. Let's look at number 2. Last year, Elias missed 18 of 26 basketball games because of an injury. Which fraction is not, math action word, equivalent to 18 over 26? Okay. I'm going to need you to do butterfly method on these, y'all. Butterfly method, and I want to see the one that's not equal. Actually, you know what I could do instead of butterfly method? Butterfly method is one way that you can see if they're equal, because if they're equal, these fractions will be the same, right? But what we're going to do is see if there's anything I can do. 26 times something equal 52? Let's see. Let's see if we can do 26 times 2. And get 52. 6 times 2, 12. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Okay, so if we do, okay, let's do this over here. 1826, 36 over 52. I can multiply that times 2. Remember, if we multiply times a fraction equal to 1, then those are equivalent, right? Well, what's 18 times 2? 36. Well, I was able to multiply times a fraction equal to 1, so that means that those are equivalent. I want one that's not equivalent. Okay? How do I get from 26 to 13? Can I do 13 times something to get to 26? What do you think? Maybe 26 divided by 2. Does that equal 13? It does. Well, what is 18 divided by 2? 9. Well, if I divided by a fraction equal to 1 whole, then that is also going to be equivalent, which means that that can't be my answer either. Let's look at this one right here. 26 times something equal 104. Well, we're going to have to kind of guess and check on this one. So let's try 26 times 4. Okay? 6 times 4. 24. 2 times 4 is 8 plus 2 is 10. Well, so if I multiply this times 4, if I can do 18 times 4 and get 72, then that will also be equivalent. Let's see. 18 times 4, what's 8 times 4? 32. 1 times 4 is 4 plus 3 is 7. 72. So that I multiply times a fraction that's equal to 1. So those two fractions are equivalent. It's our last hope down here. Okay. Can I do anything to get from 8 to 18? Or from 18 to 8? Let's count by eighths and see if we get to 18. 8, 16, 24. Well, skipped right over 18 there. Let's see if I can count by 16s and get to 26, 16, 32. Again, skipped right over. So because there's nothing that I can multiply or divide by, no fraction equal to 1 that I can multiply or divide by, then that means that those two fractions right here are not equivalent. So the answer is J. Okay, that was a tricky one. I mean, it was hard. But you just have to remember to take it one step at a time. Let's look at this one. There are 20 students in Clarissa's math class. 2/8 of the students have black hair. 3/9 of the class has blonde hair. And 1/5 of the class has brown hair. Which fraction comparison is true? Okay, so again, we're just going to have to guess and check with butterfly method, right? So we've got 2/8 and 3/9. You have to be really good at butterfly method, y'all. You have to be really ready to work. You have to know your facts, right? So what's 8 times 3? 24. What's 9 times 2? 18. What's 8 times 9? You know? 72. Okay, so I've got 24 over 72 on this side. Remember, it's the one that's on this antenna and then the bottom. And then the one that's on this antenna is 18, again, over 72. So now that my denominators are the same, I can compare these just by looking at the numerators. I see that this numerator is bigger, so it's going to look like that right there. Is that what I have in this? No, they said that 2/8 was bigger, so that's not true. Okay, let's look at 3/9 and 1/5. 3/9 and 1/5. 9 times 1, 9. 5 times 3, 15. 9 times 5, 45. Okay, so that makes 9 over 45. And then 15 over 45. Okay, so which one's bigger? 15 is greater than 9, so that means 3/9 is greater than 1/5. Is that what they have right here? Yes, it is. That means that that is our answer. Okay. Let's look at point J. Point J represents the fraction of goals Julie made during the soccer season. Which fraction is less than the fraction of goals Julie made? Okay, so first of all, let's bump up this number. Do not. Oh, just imagine I'm there right now. Would I be happy with you because you bumped up your number line? Would I be like, oh, my heart, because I'm so sad because you didn't bump up your number line? Which one would it be? I hope I would be happy. Let's bump it up. Okay, so let's see. I see I'm divided into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts, right? So this would be 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6. So J is equal to 5/6, correct? Well, let's look at these answer choices real quick. 5/6 and 5/6. Obviously, one is not going to be less than the other. They're the same thing, so that can't be it. Let's look. I want you to remember, I told you a trick. I told you that if you're 1 away from the whole, do you remember this trick? I told you if you're 1 away from the whole, that the bigger the denominator, the closer you were to being to your end of your whole. So that means that if it's divided into 7 parts and I have all but 1, a 7th is smaller than a 6th, correct? A 7th is smaller than a 6th, which means I'm a smaller part away from the whole. So that means that this is not correct. This one would be greater because this one would be closer to the whole. Same thing with 7/8 and 5/6. Remember when we looked at fraction strips? Do you remember this? Actually, I'll just get them out real quick so you can see. Remember when we looked at this, like if I had 3/4, 1, 2, 3, and then I had 4/5. Where are the fifths? Where are the fifths? Okay, here we go. If I had 4/5, because a 5th is smaller than a 4th, that means that I am that much closer to the whole, which means that 4/5 is greater than 3/4. Do we see this? Do we see how this one's a little bit bigger? Yeah? Okay, it works the same thing here. So 7/8, an 1/8 is smaller than a 1/6, so that means I'm only one chunk away from the whole in both of them, right? I have 7 out of 8 in one and 5 out of 6 in the other one. So that means that this one can't be true either, which only leaves us with one option. So let's go ahead and check that with butterfly method. Always check it, y'all. Always check it. 4 times 5, 20. 6 times 3, 18. 4 times 6, 24. So I've got 20 over 24, and then 18 over 24. Which one's greater? 20 is greater, which means that that is less than this, which is that what we have right here, 3/4 is less than 5/6? We do, so the answer is F. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember, you have 2 black off sessions tonight. Don't forget to do the other one.